sneakily reveals himself and his involvement in Tucker's murder. After Reed panics and runs away, Kelly proceeds to grab Nelson's shirt, but Reed returns with Officer Adler and Kelly is forced to flee. The boys tell the police about Kelly's role in killing Brad, but the police find it hard to believe and instead suspect them of killing their friend. That night, Kelly shows up at Dom's window. When Dom asks him about the river incident, he comes clean to her about his plan to avenge his mother's death. However, Dom advises him to get Nelson and others to confess instead of killing them. Kelly agrees, and the two make out. The next day, Kelly shows up in the chemistry class and deliberately angers Tony to get him to confess to murdering Bernice. Nelson manages to calm Tony down, but when Kelly mocks Tony's girlfriend Sarah, he loses it and throws acid on Kelly's face. Naturally, Tony ends up burning himself as a result. He screams in pain and collapses on the ground before passing away. Enraged, Sarah kicks Kelly in his junk, but she ends up hurting herself, while Dom is left in shock. When the teacher arrives with Adler, Kelly again runs away, and in the aftermath, the police shut down classes until Kelly is caught. Later that night, a grieving Sarah shows up at Nelson's home and plots with him to avenge Tony's death. She tells him about the vine from the cemetery that made Kelly instantly sick, and the two head to the graveyard to fetch it. The next day, Adler finally contacts Red Elk, and the two excavate Pflueger's grave. Meanwhile, Whitcomb takes his sons to football practice. While providing them security, Adler notices the chain with which the bullies dismantled Kelly's trailer in Whitcomb's pickup truck. Adler questions Nelson and Reed about it, but they deny knowing anything about it. Soon, Kelly shows up at the practice with an electric drill after eating a piece of Nelson's clothes. However, Nelson is prepared and pulls out a cylinder full of weed juice from the cemetery from his bag. Adler pleads with Kelly to stop, but he drills his knees and as a result drills into Nelson's knee. Nelson screams in pain, but Kelly refuses to stop until Nelson confesses to killing Bernice. Dom arrives and Kelly finally stops. Using the opportunity, Nelson sprays Kelly with the weed juice and the latter collapses on the ground. Whitcomb then steals Adler's gun and shoots Kelly, but ends up shooting Nelson and himself to death. After the altercation, Dom disapproves of Kelly's ways and convinces him to give up his powers. Kelly reluctantly agrees, and Adler takes him to the cemetery with Red Elk and Dom. As Red Elk and Adler perform a ritual, Dom kisses Kelly to give him strength. Soon, Kelly starts violently convulsing, and Dom pleads with Red Elk to stop. The police surround them and order them to freeze. When